Okay, I just finished cutting out all the parts, all the excess plastic using my my clippers and my knife. There's some parts here that needs to be sanded a bit, but before I do, I need to find out what paint I should be using for this. I have quite a number of paints that I could use. For starters, I'll begin with this one. Now, I'm not going to do the metallic painting scheme like I did with the unicorn, with the Destiny, or whatever other kits that I plan to do now. But I want to keep this as relatively simple as possible. So with this guy, I have this paint, which is aircraft gray. That's a logical choice to use. Then I have this one called light blue. That would have been a choice. Unfortunately, the one thing that I notice here is the weaponry is very, very light in the shade. And I kind of like this one for the weaponry. So this will be for the two swords, this light blue color. Keep that off to the side for now. The other part that I may use, but I have to... it's the only one red part that I have here. And it's this guy. This is the face mask, or I guess the sensor for the Broken Blade, as you can see there. Now the grooves in between, those little tabby things right here, right there, according to what I see in the manual, they're panel lined, but I want to paint it either way. And at first I was going to use the red, but the red would be too much, maybe a little bit too reddish. This has a burgundy color to it. Then I have this that I forgot I have it. Russet, which is basically kind of like a burgundy color, but it matches this paint, this color scheme pretty well. So I got the paint for this, so I don't have to worry about it. Put that together with that. So going back to this guy, which is a grayish color, and I have quite a number of gray. I have this one called Gray FS 36-70, obviously with the aircraft gray, which most likely would be in associated with this tone of color. Just give me a second. I'm going through my list of paints here. Oh, I need that one. I definitely need that one. So let me get that out. No, not that one. So we'll put that off the side. I have a light gray, but that one is weird. Okay, so I have these two. And I think I forgot that I also have this guy in spray can version, which is light ghost gray, which I think would probably be more appropriate to use on this guy. It's a... I want to keep this can all the time. I actually want to get rid of this can, but I don't want to, throw it away because you never know if you need it. And I think it's now appropriate to use it with this color tone. So I got this, and it's a toss-up between these three. I will test these paints out later on, so I'll keep that off to the side. The next one, there are two shades of these charcoal type ones. This is a darker version of it, and this is kind of like a lighter version. I have dark gray, As a matter of fact, let's test this out. I like to use toothpicks as an example. Test out the color, mix it up a bit. Toothpicks are cheap to get. And of course, I don't know, I ran out of scrap paper. Should have one around here, but alright, we'll work with what we got. This one, even though it says dark gray and it hasn't settled, it's slightly too lighter for this guy. On the other hand, this one actually looks pretty well for this part. Yeah, I think this is good. This paint is good for these parts here, so that's good. Put that in my little trash can over here. So we got this paint for this, which leaves us with this guy, which is a darker shade of charcoal. I got navy blue, which obviously is not part of this. No. Midnight blue. How did I get that? Can't tell what that is. Yeah, I have all the colors that I needed but that. What's for this? Well, I have a feeling I may have to make a visit to my hobby store, take this part with me, and try to find the equivalent paint for this. I really don't think gunmetal will be appropriate for this, because I don't want it to throw off the painting scheme. I wanted to keep it like a uniform color, but to keep it, like, you know, flat and flattened and all of a sudden brilliant may not be a wise choice. Black may be an interesting color to use, but I think that's a little bit too much. Unless I lighten up the pigment with a little white. I'll have to test that. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the paints. I'm going to need another bottle soon for this color. I'm going to now wash these parts, and I'm going to begin preparing them. Okay, after sanding down the parts that I have and washing them, giving it a nice cool bath of cold water to remove whatever excessive oils and dust particles. Now it's time for me to start preparing these parts with my custom-made clip holders. And again, this is something that I've always been asked, how did I do this? It's very simple. You buy one of these little alligator clips, especially the ones that have this square block type grip, and it has a hole in there. Then you buy a pack of shish kebab sticks for you guys to use for shish kebabbing, and then just slide them in the hole. Some, depending on certain companies, I'll make a shish kebab stick a little bit more thicker than normal. And you would think that you would use the pointy end for this. No, use this to, you know, put in a foam base so you can hold up your stick. And then with this end, you just use your knife or your filing and then file it down and then slide it in. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good to use for this type of work. I got everything ready for priming. The only thing that I want to prime and paint by hand would be this guy, because I'm going to use this paint. And there was another reason why I want to do this, because I want to do this first. because I want to get them. I want them painted, detailed, put into this, into the head. Then using Tamiya, my Tamiya tape. Thank you. Cover it up, and then airbrush it. And that way, I want to get this out of the way. I want to cover it up so that way I can sand down whatever, you know, seams and panel lining here, so it doesn't show up in the back of the head like you see here. So I got to review the manual right now.